Welcome back to the Tea with April, this special segment, and I have none other than the Queen herself, Congresswoman Maxine Waters. Congresswoman, thank you for sipping some tea with me.
Well, I am so happy that you invited me, and that cup is beautiful. Uh,
Thank
what a great name. And
you. Yes,
I'm here to be with you with tea today.
yes, hi. This is high tea, everyone.
Okay.
Our scones and what have you. So, so Congresswoman, first of all, there's a lot going on, and this is the holiday. And a lot of people are concerned about health care. Do you believe by December 31st there will be a resolution? Do you believe that the Republicans can come up with something that is affordable for the American public who needs the Affordable Care Act, better known as Obamacare, by December 31st?
Well, let me just tell you, the Republican caucus is in disarray.
Mm.
There's even talk about getting rid of Johnson, the speaker. And so I cannot predict, that they're going to be able to formulate a plan on health care. They have absolutely been under the guidance of Trump. And this has been a big issue that Trump is holding over our heads. And I don't know if there's going to be a breakaway. But as she said, many of them are in a position where they're not going to be able to afford the premiums that will ensue if, in fact, we don't get something done with Medicaid and Medicare.
So, one of your fellow congresspersons, Congressman Sanford Bishop out of Georgia, said after the government shutdown, he said that the Republicans have been smacked in the face with this affordability issue. So, and then you're saying Republicans are in such disarray. Does this mean that December 1st, the numbers will rise? Americans will be put in a position where they have to choose one way or the other, if I have to pay for health care versus rent or something else. Do you believe that?
Well, absolutely. As a matter of fact, healthcare is expensive now.
Yes.
We have some help with Obamacare. We have some with subsidies, and we have some help with tax cuts. But all of that is being eliminated, under Trump and the Republicans. And many of them are, they are not happy, but the Republicans have not come up with an alternative, another plan, or they haven't given in to say we were wrong and we got to fix it. And so I cannot hope that by the end of this year they will have fixed it because they're in such disarray.
So then, okay, December 31st is one deadline. Then we have January 30th. It's another one to
Yes.
stay off another government shutdown. And you're talking about social safety nets as well. We're talking about ACA, but you're also a supporter of social safety net programs like food stamps, Social Security, homelessness. What's going to happen? Is there any bargaining to get what you want in this next budget conversation?
Well, let me just say this. If you watch the way this president works, he does not care that he is being criticized. He does not care that he is thought to be absolutely out to lunch on many of these issues and that he's undermining all of the work and sacrifices that have been put into making this democracy what it is. He doesn't give a darn about the democracy or the Constitution. And he keeps making decisions that other presidents, even if they were conservatives, would say, oh my God. For example, you alluded to what was going on in the international waters, where he is basically killing and bombing boats, claiming that these people are involved with drug trafficking without evidence, without proof, without coming to the Congress of the United States to talk about what he knows and what should be done and how it should be handled. He's just killing people, and he doesn't care that he's being criticized. I did a tweet on this issue, and I got 600 and I think 24 people who were paying attention, who were listening and reading that tweet. 624,000 is what came up. And I want to tell you, now, when you take a look at that, then he goes and he pardons a real drug dealer, the former president over in Honduras. At the same time, he's killing people, saying that he's protecting them from bringing drugs into the United States of America. He is absolutely not to be understood. And we know that he just doesn't give a darn.
And this is happening in Caribbean waters. U.S. Vessels are in Caribbean waters. And one of the reasons why I bring it up to you is because when we speak of the Caribbean, your husband was an ambassador to the Bahamas.
That's right.
And what is he saying, or what are you hearing from many of those from the Caribbean nations as it relates to what's happening in, with U.S. military, U.S. presence in the Caribbean?
Well, I want to tell you that they are frightened to death. They are so afraid of the big United States of America that will overrun them in the Caribbean, and that he does not think that they have the power. He knows they don't have the armies, they don't have anything to defend themselves. And so they're really, really concerned. And if you listen to Mia Motley, you will know she's trying to speak for them. And CARICOM, the organized heads of the Caribbean states islands, they're really, really concerned. They wish that there was something that they could do, but they really are depending on the United States of America to understand and to see what is happening and to try and turn this around. They're worried to death.
Congresswoman, the dependence on the United States, that's something that is fleeting right now, especially when I think about Rita and Jamaica. Jamaica is still hurting. Now, we don't have USAID, which would have been on the ground in Jamaica. A lot of our military are in the Caribbean, but not focused in on Jamaica. What are you hearing? What's happening? What are we doing?
Well, I want to tell you, we've been in contact with the leadership in Jamaica, and the storm was devastating. It was absolutely destructive. And of course, they have a lot of work to do to rebuild, etc. But there's one good thing. Some years ago, I worked with them when they had real problems and the economy was down and they didn't even know how they were going to pay employees, etc. And so I worked with them with the IMF and the World Bank, and they got loans.
International Monetary Fund.
Yes, that's right. And they did a fantastic job with those loans, and they rebuilt that economy. But you know what they also did? They bought loads of insurance. And so Jamaica has maybe 700 million, maybe a billion in insurance that they can count on to help rebuild. And that's going to be a saving grace for them because of the way that they managed those loans and the way that they rebuilt the economy and took care of some of the things that were going on that should have been fixed. They've done a great job with that.
Thank you for saying that, because it's like pulling teeth, trying to find out what's happening in Jamaica, what's going on. Thank you for that. We knew we had the right person when we called you.
Thank you.
You spilled the tea all the time. You knocked the pot over. Congresswoman, getting back to Republicans in disarray. I say this sarcastically, one of our favorite people, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yes.
She's gone on cable news saying she's gotten over 700 death threats. Welcome to being in the public eye.
Yes.
She's gotten over 700 death threats. And guess who she called for help and who basically told her about herself and turned a deaf ear? Her old buddy, Donald John Trump, who happens to be the president of the United States. Is this a sign of the disarray in the Republican Party?
Oh, yes, it is a sign of the disarray. What's interesting about Marjorie Taylor Greene is that she could go from one very horrible person to talking about people should come together and work together and be concerned with the domestic agenda, and on and on and on. You know, one of the things I don't understand about her or Trump, just like Trump called, what is his name, Andami up in New York, called
Yes.
him a communist and talked about him very bad, and then invited him to come over and told him, oh, I want to work with you. I don't get how you go from red hot to cold, from cold to red hot.
Polar opposite.
It means that you're not grounded in any philosophy about life. You can do anything. You can hate, you can love somebody one day, hate them the next day. You can embrace them one day and then stomp on them the next day. And so I don't trust people who can change, philosophically overnight. And they can be one person one day and another person another day. That just doesn't make good sense to me. And so I think I look at her that way right now, as she's talking about this new person she is. And I look at him as talking about the way that he loved her so much. And now he's saying that she's a traitor and she's, not to be thought of.
Didn't she scream out with a MAGA hat on at Joe Biden when he was president in the well of the House when he gave his State of the Union?
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
And now the man that she stood for doesn't even want to deal with her. And,
Well,
go ahead.
She put me up for censure.
That's right.
Remember that?
Yes.
Put me up for censure, and we were able to be able to table it so that it didn't go forward. But she has been horrible as a member of Congress, the likes of which we had never seen before. So this turnaround is, I don't know if it's revenge on Trump because she maybe didn't get a position in his cabinet that she wanted.
He won't support her run for Georgia Senate. He will not support her run for Georgia Senate. And what's worse is her boyfriend, the one who got up there telling the Venezuelan president, not the Venezuelan, excuse me, tell the Ukrainian president, I got to get my presidents right. He's the one who got up there telling the Ukrainian president about his attire. And now he's getting ready to get the boot and get out at the end of the year because Marjorie is not in good stead with the president.
Ooh. Yes. Well, it is not to be understood. And as we watch them in these roles that they play, I think it helps us to understand what we've got to do in order to vote them out of office. If she's going to retire, well, goodbye, Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're going to work hard to win the primaries. That's why when Texas said that it was going to create 5 new congressional seats and they were going to gerrymander, we in California took the lead and said, we are going to do 5 new seats. Who do you think you are? If you can do it, we can do it too. And we did it big, and our vote was huge, and people understood what was going on. But all of this stuff that they're doing is making sure that MAGA is appealing to its base and trying to expand that base. And underneath that is racism. It is about Trump getting richer and richer with cryptocurrency and his family. It's about changing America in ways that nobody ever thought of. And like I said, I've worked with conservatives, but I've never seen anything like this. This man is not patriotic. He is not humble. He is not,
he's not well physically and mentally.
Not well. You've had psychiatrists and psychologists taking a look from afar and saying something is wrong.
Something is definitely wrong. Speaking of Texas, what do you think about Jasmine going for Senate? And Colin Allred is he's not gonna do the run for Senate. What do you think?
Well, I think Colin made a good decision. If she's gonna run with both of them in the race, it would be difficult for him, I think. And so I think he made a good decision. And with her, I don't know as of today whether or not she made the decision. Wasn't that supposed to happen today? And so she is running.
Yes.
I'm hearing from my staff that
yeah, and I told you too, but yeah,
you did.
But it's for a Black woman to run for a statewide seat in Texas.
Yes.
In Texas.
Yes.
That's a big deal. When they are, like you say, playing with the districts. And that's a Trump stronghold in some parts of that state.
It is. Well, let me just tell you, it's a bold move by Jasmine Crockett. It shows that she has confidence. It shows that not only does she have confidence, but she believes that if you can get the message to the people about the future of this country and how it is being undermined and what Democrats can do to turn this thing around and how she's committed. If she can do that, she can win. And she absolutely has the strength of her convictions and the confidence to go at it.
And lastly, you said you've worked with conservatives in the past.
Yes.
And one conservative who's a Texan has passed away, former Bush Education Secretary Rod Page, Black man, who held that esteemed position. That was a president who focused in on education, whether you liked the education or not. He talked about the soft bigotry of low expectations. This president doesn't even stand with the education secretary. You have anything to say about Rod Page's passing?
Well, let me just say this about education. Education is the future of the country. Mm-hmm. Education is the future of the world. This president has the audacity and the brazenness to say he wants to get rid of the Department of Education. Now, that is not only cruel, it's ignorant. It is so ignorant that you want to get rid of the department whose mission is to prepare and develop young people, educate them for careers and being able to run the government and being able to make the kind of decision that will strengthen the quality of life for everybody. That's what education is all about. And for him to say he wants to get rid of the department, he has not designed anything that's better. We know underneath it all, he wants the right-wing schools to have control and to teach, the 10 Commandments rather than anything else. I mean, come on, give me a break. And so I want to tell you, we've been fortunate to have leaders in education who fought to bring us where we are now, to not only pay attention to those who have, but the have-nots with Title I funds that make sure that children coming from families that have limited income and don't have very much, but those children can eat when they go to school and they can learn and they can have access to the same kind of materials that they have in the rich communities. And to get rid of that is just very, very harmful and very troubling.
It is. We've talked about some really intense topics, but I want to end on a light note. As my husband calls you, the queen of tarts. We have much love for you here in this home. But what do you want Santa to bring you this year? And what is your favorite Christmas song?
What do I want? Say that again. Ask the question again. What
do you want ho, ho, ho Santa to bring you for Christmas this year? And what is your favorite Christmas song? See, I surprised you. You're like, what?
Oh, my God. Well, actually, I want Santa to bring me some relaxation and time with my husband. We need to go away and we need to spend time and we need to do some of the things that we haven't been able to do simply because, I work very hard and I spend a lot of time at my job. I'd like to just spend a good maybe 2 weeks or so where we are doing nothing but, going where we want to go, seeing a movie, having good food and just enjoying each other. That's what I would like to do. And then on the song, let's see, there's a Black artist.
Temptation, Stevie Wonder, Someday at Christmas Temptations.
That's an old song.
Ooh, Silent Night. Remember that one?
It's something.
Merry Christmas from the Temptations.
Well, I like that one. I like that one. It's another one that I'm trying to think of that everybody loves. But,
Nat King Cole.
oh, I love Nat King Cole.
Yeah.
Every time I get a chance, and I have a lot of his records.
Yes.
I play Nat King Cole a lot. He was the coolest. I mean, the most fabulous, artist that we had at that time. We've had a lot more now, but just think when he came along, and he was so cool, so sharp, so beautiful, and had such a talent that we all just
on my playlist. Which one is it? I'm looking at this Christmas song, the Christmas song.
The Christmas song. I can't hear it. No. Say the words.
Chestnuts roasting.
That's it. That's
on an open fire.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Jack Frost.
Yes.
At your nose.
That's it.
With that, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
And I want to wish you a Merry Christmas also. And I'm so pleased that we had an opportunity to talk at your high tea. And I want to do it again. And as a matter of fact, I think as you continue with helping us to understand what's going on and giving us an opportunity to share our thoughts, invite us to have some tea also. And maybe what you will create is us with tea, talking to you when we do these very special interviews that you're doing with us.
You know I'm going to invite you back because you said you're not going nowhere. You just want 2 weeks off. You're not like Nancy. You coming back. So we will, and that Nancy means Nancy Pelosi. This Congresswoman says she's staying. I will invite you back for high tea anytime.
Right, I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying.
Okay. She's staying. Thank you so much. Congresswoman Waters.
You're so welcome. Thank you.